Okay, welcome to the Lutz Family Podcast. We're here, and I say we because it's me and Michelle.
Hi.
And Michelle just recently celebrated her 31st birthday, so that puts us at episode 4 is Michelle's 31st birthday. And then at the end of the month, we'll get Chloe's first birthday. Her birthday is on the 31st of March, so she'll be the next episode. And then we will have had, I guess that would be like season 1 of the Lutz Family Podcast.
Yeah. 5
of us, 1 episode per birthday, and then we'll start over again with Caleb in June. That'll be good. Well, this is fun. Episode 1 and 2, of course, were with Caleb and Esther, and then I took episode 3 by myself, which was kind of monologue-y. But this will be better because Michelle can even me out, and we can actually have a conversation with each other rather than me just having a conversation by myself.
Yeah.
How are you feeling today, Michelle?
Feeling all right. A little tired.
Full disclosure, this is we're actually at, what is today? Today's actually the 16th of March. The beginning of the month has been a little bit wild, crazy.
Yeah.
But we had a couple of days here where it's just you and me here in Champaign, and Caleb, Esther, and Chloe are all in the Chicagoland area, Brookfield specifically, with Grammy and Grandpa.
They love being at Grandma and Grandpa's house.
Yeah.
It's fun for them.
And fun for us.
Fun for us.
To have a little bit of extra time. We love the kids, obviously, and being with them all the time. But it's nice every once in a while to get, some time to clean the sheets.
Got to go on a date last night.
Right, which is a rarity. Where did we go? Tell us all about it.
We went to our place. Our place is Distill.
Yes.
We pretty much go there for everything.
Yes.
Valentine's Day, birthdays, random dates, family in town. We go to Distill.
Yep, it's a nice sit-down place in downtown Champaign. It's, they brew their own beer there, so automatically for me, that's a win. They've got pretty good menu items. I enjoy their stuff, even though I pretty much, if we're going out to eat, I just kind of rotate, between 3 items. I'll have like a bacon cheeseburger, and then if it's really fancy, I'll do like steak and asparagus with some kind of potato side. Potatoes are important. And then like a barbecue chicken pizza. Those are pretty much the only 3 things that I'll do at a restaurant. My theory on it is like, if I'm going to eat at a restaurant, I want to eat something that I know I'm really going to enjoy. I feel like you're more adventurous, though. When we're at restaurants, there's a lot more choices that are acceptable to you.
I hop around a lot.
You do?
Yeah. I'll do, pastas, always a nice pasta dish. Always nice. Last night I did a soup and a salad, which I don't always do, but, sometimes I'm just feeling it. Sometimes I'll only order 3 side dishes, and that will be my...
Right.
Meal. So I kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah. So for your whole life, Michelle, you have not been a vegan or a vegetarian, but now, strangely, in the last year or so, you've kind of started to lean vegetarian at least, but vegan if you can, if it's available.
Yeah. I'm kind of on a vegetarian-ish kick right now. I've really only, my whole life, I've really only eaten chicken. Like, I haven't eaten a lot of other types of meat.
Sure, but like sausage pizza or those sorts of things. I mean, at least would have been common in your household. So you would eat those things.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I would eat it. But...
Yeah, you're not like a carnivore and like carnivorous person.
Yeah, I've never liked a lot of meat. I've always if there was a meat, like those thinly sliced lunch meats on sandwich, like I would take all of the meat off except one very thin slice and eat it.
So what's with the evolution though to go fully, like, is it just a taste thing? Is it a moral thing? What has led to this decision? I don't even know if we've had this conversation really.
Yeah, well, I've had some documentaries be recommended to me.
So you've been indoctrinated.
I've watched some documentaries.
Root word documentary.
Right.
Indoctrinated. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I just kind of realized I don't really like it, one, and these documentaries are telling me my body doesn't really need it either. So if I don't like it and if I don't need it, then why eat it?
Sure.
So...
Yeah, that sounds very unlike my need for bacon. So it's not a need, but certainly there's a lot of joy brought into life
and
by enjoying that stuff.
Bacon like has always made my stomach hurt. So I'm like, if I'm not getting any benefit from this, then it's like hurting my body. Then why am I eating it?
Maybe that's like the 9% Jewish or whatever. Can you run us through your? Because I forget. Do you remember some of the basic percentages that were given to you with the 23andMe DNA kit?
Yeah, mostly European, Northwestern Europe, French, Germany, British, Irish. The top percentage used to be like Iberian, and now I don't even see that on here. They kind of like change it. So it's 13% Spanish and Portuguese.
Okay.
1.8% Ashkenazi Jew.
Hey, there you go. So that's the 1% I'm referring to that makes you feel sick to your stomach when you eat bacon. That's the whole reason we, went down this.
Right.
Well, exciting. We got St. Patty's Day is tomorrow. Because when I look at mine, it's like, it's got to be something like 55 or 60% English and Irish. But St. Patty's Day will be different this year.
Yeah.
For lots of reasons.
For a lot of people. I mean, not really for us because.
No.
I mean, we might wear green but we don't really have any St. Patrick's Day like big things that we do. Family
traditions or anything. But yeah, so as we're recording this, there's some craziness going on in the world.
Yeah.
It's, I guess, in December, this thing started.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then has spread since then. But there's this disease, or a virus, rather, the coronavirus, or also known as COVID-19. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much shut down our world, like, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So typically in Chicago, they dye the river green.
Right.
Big St. Patrick's Day parade. So none of that'll be happening.
Right, because they don't want any large gatherings of people. They want to keep the gatherings small if you're going to gather at all. So they've just canceled Chicago basically.
Right. But then
Chicago
yesterday,
is closed.
What was the notice that was sent out or the announcement that was made by the governor?
Right, that all the bars and restaurants are going to be closed down starting tonight. Mm-hmm. So no one's going to be able to go to the bar on St. Patrick's Day.
Right. It was something like he was saying. What was the phrase? Like they've been encouraging people to not go out, and they've been encouraging people to self-quarantine so that this thing doesn't exponentially spread. But
yeah, like the time for public appeal or something like that is over. We've got to take some more drastic measures. People are not being respectful about this whole thing.
Right. I'm just not taking it very seriously. Mm-hmm. And it feels hard to take it seriously. There's all these, we'll listen back to this years and years from now, and maybe it'll just be this weird little blip in history. We don't know. Maybe it'll be something that's pervasive and just exists for a long time, or there will be some different one that takes the place of it. We don't know, but it is weird for sure. We had to cancel church services and not meeting together in that way. Even our campus devotionals, which typically just have 25 or 30 students, we've been encouraged and really directed to not meet together. It's just weird. It's different.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of virtual things. Thankfully, there's a lot of technology that's able to keep us together. We can live stream things or video chat, text messaging, group messaging.
Yeah. We'll figure it out, but it is weird for sure. Yesterday, on Sunday afternoon, after we did the live stream of church, we went to the Y. That was not something that you seemed super fired up to do. I guess I had kind of been gearing up to want to go, and then you were like, "Fine, I'll come along with."
Yeah. Well, we had also gone the day before.
Yep.
And I didn't have any. The only thing I like to do at the Y is the group classes.
Right.
And there weren't any group classes at that time, Saturday or Sunday when we were going.
And for me, that's like a plus, because then I know all the people that would be typically going to these classes aren't going to be in the building. Mm-hmm. So the more machines are open and there's fewer people there in general. But I just had gotten this sense of like, man, who knows? Schools are closing. I mean, the NBA and the MLB and March Madness, all of these things have been canceled. Life has been canceled in light of this virus.
Any interaction with anyone canceled.
Right. Which for a lot of introverts like myself, I'm like, hey, this is going to be fine.
Best thing ever.
It's going to be fine. So, but at the Y, what excites you? Like, if we're going to go to the Y, what kinds of exercise are you like, yeah, this is my jam. I like to do this.
Yeah, well, they brought back the ballet class, which is great.
Cool.
The time is not super convenient for me, so I can't always go, but if I can go, it's fun. Mm-hmm. And but they also have a bar class, which is not at all ballet, and there might be bar classes that are better and more like ballet. The ones at the Y are not, but it's still fun.
It's an acceptable form of exercise for you.
Yeah. I like the bar class, or I haven't been to like a yoga class in a while, but Payo or yoga or body flow or things like that.
They all sound like some form of dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I like those things.
I pretty much, in the same way that I have like 3 restaurant items that I pick. At the Y, it's the same. Like I do 3 different workout sets with weights, with always with running being part of that as well. With the family doing these 5Ks during Thanksgiving, and then now we're looking to. Well, who knows? This one will probably be canceled too. But there's the Race to Wrigley, a 5K in Wrigleyville. That'll probably be canceled.
Yeah, when was that one supposed to be?
May, I think. So it may be. It hasn't been canceled yet, but like the Illinois Marathon is that's already been postponed. But that was, I think, slated to be. I think that's late April that happens.
Okay.
But it's the second largest marathon in Illinois. The Chicago one being the biggest. So it's a big event. People from all over the state and all over the country come and run in that marathon. So.
Yeah. So restaurants are closed, gatherings are closed, churches, schools,
everything.
Everything's been crazy. Closed. There's rumors about shutting down the whole country, like having people just in their homes for 2 weeks straight. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but at this point, it wouldn't be surprising if it did.
Yeah, there's a national state of emergency, and so we'll see what happens. By the time we post this,
right,
like,
this is going to be...
It'll be so old news.
Old news.
But what we're doing is we're capturing on March 15th, right after Michelle's 31st birthday.
16th? What is today? The 16th?
The 16th, on March 16th, right after Michelle's 31st birthday. This is what they were thinking and feeling at that very moment.
Yeah. It's been pretty crazy.
We can look back on ourselves and be like, yeah, poor guys. They didn't know what was coming. They had no idea.
Or because of these drastic efforts.
Maybe. Yeah.
The virus was squashed.
Right. And there we go. I was going to ask about, when you were talking about ballet, you reminded me, Esther's been going to ballet. And you've been going with her on Saturday mornings. What are those classes like?
Yeah. One of our campus students, Jade O'Connor, is the instructor there. So Esther gets to see Miss Jade, and she has a great time. They do some stretches, and we do some different walks around the room, marching, elephant walks, dances with scarves and that sort of thing. And Esther's only been a handful of times, maybe 5 or so. We're not able to go all that often, and now it's closed, so we can't even go. But this last time we went, she was very, she knew all of the things to do. She knew how to do it. She was starting to do some things by herself. She was remembering like what would come next. So she's getting the hang of it.
She's starting to get with the program of like, this is how these classes go and this is how they run. Yeah. So if you had to guess, right now with Chloe and Esther and Caleb, what activities do you think they're going to really get excited about? Because they seem to be, excited about different things. But if you had to guess for Esther, do you think like dance is going to be her thing? Like she's going to like that, or performing, or like what do you think Esther will really get into?
Yeah, she seems to really gravitate towards dance. So I'm thinking maybe dance. However, just today we FaceTimed her and she was walking on a little makeshift balance beam. So we'll see. I did gymnastics and a little dance when growing up. So we'll see. I see Chloe maybe a little bit more of a gymnast and Esther a little bit more of a dancer, but it's kind of hard to tell right now.
Hard to tell. Esther's she's so like petite and tiny, and Chloe is just average height and weight, at least for a 1-year-old.
Right.
Caleb was gigantic up until like 6-7 months. But then
he's just average.
Just
so
even down. But buddy, we're not saying. I mean, you're excellent in all ways. We're not saying that
average
you're average.
Height
just
and weight.
Height and weight in all other ways.
Average height and weight.
Far above average
for both Caleb and Chloe.
Yeah.
And Esther is an average height and is a little bit under on the weight currently right now.
Who knows what the future will hold? But this is where you're at right now. Once again, March 16th, 2020. This is what we're talking about. I think that too. Caleb seems to be excited about baseball. He enjoys baseball.
Yeah.
Hits a lot of wiffle balls, especially in Grammy's backyard. I think he might get into wrestling. We'll see.
Yeah. He does seem to like wrestling you.
Right.
I don't know if that will translate into, liking the sport in general.
Yeah.
But the wrestling is in his blood on both sides of the family, so we'll see.
He does have a certain amount of mental toughness, where I think that because really I think that's what it comes down to is the mental toughness.
Yeah, I don't see, at least right now, his running and jumping aptitudes.
Yeah.
He might be better suited for baseball and wrestling than soccer or track and field.
Definitely.
We'll see.
I never liked basketball and soccer because basically the whole sport is running back and forth.
Yeah, lame.
And I'm like, I'm just going to stand here and wrestle you to the ground. Like, that's far more desirable for me.
Did you do a little bit of football ever?
I played flag football only.
Okay.
And then, that was, I think, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, stuff like that.
Okay.
We moved in 5th grade. And at that point, New Park District, we were just doing baseball at that point. And then homeschooled in middle school, so wasn't really doing any organized sports. Well, baseball still did the Park District, and then the wrestling feeder program, leading up to high school. Okay, so I printed out these questions for you. They're just internet blog kind of questions. that you're supposed to. They were all kind of like 30 questions to ask yourself at 30.
Ooh, fun.
Or in your 30s, consider these things. And then I've just got some icebreaker questions too.
Yeah.
So I thought we can ask you some questions.
Okay.
So
sounds good.
First one here. It says, describe your ideal Saturday. So for you, what would an ideal not what are our Saturdays mostly like, or how do we typically spend our time? But for you, what would be like an ideal way to spend a Saturday?
Probably some family fun time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that would be, going to the park or, playing a game inside with the family, or, maybe even in the evening watching a movie together or something.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of family time, at least a couple hours of that.
Okay, so a couple hours of family time.
Mm-hmm.
Are we eating at home? Are we eating out? What are we consuming on this ideal Saturday?
Yeah, maybe we're going out to lunch or something.
Going out to lunch is good right now.
Yeah.
For our family.
Maybe doing something before. Maybe we're out beforehand.
And then
we go to lunch.
That, yeah.
And then we come home and have some quiet time. And then we watch a movie together.
That sounds like a pretty chill Saturday
to me.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
Okay, what's your favorite vacation spot? We don't do like a ton of vacationing, but what would you consider to be your favorite spot?
Yeah, I'd probably like somewhere where comfortable swimming could happen.
Describe what is comfortable swimming?
So where the air temperature and the water temperature are conducive for swimming.
Does this mean that they are close to one another?
Not necessarily.
No, okay.
So it could be an indoor pool at a hotel or something. Sure. Or I don't know. Maybe it's indoors where temperature control is a lot easier to accomplish. But the water still shouldn't be like cold, like it should be comfortable. So
it's like when you jump in, you barely feel it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if another comfortable swimming temperature could be a really hot day and a cool, cool water, still not cold, but like cool and refreshing.
Gotcha.
So that could be like a pool or a beach or something. So somewhere where
there is swimming.
Comfortable swimming
could
happen.
Got it. What would be your favorite flower? Do you have a favorite flower?
It has been baby's breath in the past.
Which is typically like
like a garnish.
An accent flower.
Yeah, an accent
That's like,
flower.
What's your favorite food? I like lime slices.
Yeah, well, my youngest brother, lemons are his favorite food.
Yeah,
so,
a garnish at best.
It's a thing.
By the way, I think garnishes are outlawed right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they carry coronavirus?
No. Lyme disease? No, I don't know. Maybe it's false. Maybe it's fake news. It could be fake news. But I think that, lemons and limes or whatever, it's like extra contact. I don't know.
With COVID-19?
Yeah, if people are touching it. But I figure
sure.
like
you can't get a lemon with your water right now. That's
extra,
easier to be contaminated.
Extra layer of
interesting.
touching.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that.
But that needs to be fact checked. So don't quote me on it.
I like violets,
which
is another small weird kind of flower.
Sure. These are not flowers that make it easy for, I don't know, say your husband to go out and buy you some. Yeah.
I mean, I do like roses.
But like, so if I'm not asking this so I can, plan up what I'm going to do here next week.
I like flowers. Like a nice bouquet of flowers is nice. I don't know that I like love daisies. That
Nobody was asking you about
or
daisies.
like or big tropical flowers.
Sure. Okay.
I don't know.
You like small flowers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not like super into pink, but like a lot of flowers are pink. If it's like in a bouquet, that's fine. But like rose, like red or orangey. Like those red orange ones.
Favorites are hard.
Nice.
Favorites are hard for you.
Yeah.
It can be hard for you. But okay, but I heard baby's breath and violets and roses are okay. Okay. Good stuff. How about
But yeah, you were right. Like those little like little flowers.
Garnish
like
flowers.
Yeah. Like
Garnish
those little like
flowers.
purple ones.
Yeah.
They're cute.
Yeah.
Little clusters of small flowers.
Very good. How about your favorite article of clothing? Do you have a favorite article of clothing?
No. I mean, I like dresses, but sometimes they're hard to like make work. Like I don't think that they're would be my favorite because you always have to have other pieces with them, like
I see.
Shorts underneath or tights or leggings or I don't know. Other like a tank top underneath or something like
Sure.
or a sweater with it. It's hard to like I do like wearing dresses.
Yeah.
But it's not like a one article.
Unless it's just like the perfect dress.
Right. And
you haven't identified that.
I'm still on the search, I think, for like the perfect dress.
Okay. But in an ideal world,
I'm wearing a dress right now, actually.
You are, yeah. Yep. But so dresses in general, but yeah, they kind of need other things.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm still on the lookout for like the perfect t-shirt too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that might be, if I had the perfect t-shirt, that might be my favorite.
I think I've identified the perfect t-shirt for me.
Yeah.
Those American Apparel, like 100% organic cotton.
Yeah, made in the USA.
Made in the US of A.
You like those?
We've used those now like 4 years in a row for campus ministry shirts. And I'm just saying, those are good shirts. They get worn a lot. Okay, so Michelle, you are not somebody who I think anyone would identify as an angry person or someone who gets mad.
Mm-hmm.
That's not your MO.
Yeah.
I've said before that sometimes you're so low maintenance that's the thing that causes problems. I'm like, care a little bit about this because I don't know, you need to. And then you're like, okay, and just kind of chill about it. But what would you say is something that does make you upset or gets you feeling a little mad?
I think when I see like rudeness, like if I feel like someone's being rude, not to me necessarily, but like if I see it to other people, or like a lack of forgiveness or
sure,
okay, that might make me upset.
Rudeness, maybe like I don't know, if we're going out to eat and somebody's being really rude to the waiter or the waitress.
Yeah,
that's a little upsetting to you.
Yeah, it definitely would make me feel uncomfortable, and depending on the severity, I might get angry about that.
I imagine you feeling uncomfortable and wishing that it wasn't happening, but I feel like that's a little different than feeling angry or mad, like getting a little fiery about something.
Yeah. I get I don't know if it's anger or mad either. I've gotten before like with doctors and stuff.
Okay.
Like when I get pregnant, which I've been a lot of times.
Yeah.
And like random tests and things like that. I still don't think that's anger. I think it's maybe more frustration or annoyance.
Right. I would say that that's true because they've got to take your blood like to make sure you're pregnant, and you're like,
Right.
I'm obviously pregnant.
Yeah.
Just let me be pregnant.
Right.
Why do you need to take my blood to
Exactly.
double check that something I said is true?
Yeah. I get upset about that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been angry-ish recently, but I can't remember why.
This is one of my.
Do you remember? Do you
Nope.
remember me being mad?
If I say no, then it's like no, everything's great. This is one of my favorite qualities that you have and possess.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Because you very quickly forgive, and you're very quickly able to be gentle and content, and to not get riled up about things. You are very level-headed and consistent, and I appreciate that about you.
Thanks.
What would you say?
They took 24 off of Netflix in the middle of a season.
So that was mad. That was mad for you.
I was upset.
Yeah. That I feel like you were shocked. You was like, how could they do this?
Yeah. I even made a Facebook post about it.
Did you really? Now that is a good tell.
Right. If I'm really feeling something, because I hardly ever put up statuses.
Yeah, social media and Michelle does not. I mean, so we've got a church Instagram account, and it's kind of been gifted to you to take care of, and that's just not something that brings you a lot of joy.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I did not want that.
I do not.
I'm trying, and actually, the past couple weeks, I feel like
you've done more. With that, yeah.
I've done more. But it's been about a year where
I'm global pandemic will do that. Because if you're in a global pandemic, then it's like, well, hey man, I got to put something out there.
Right.
The church.
I feel like I don't like it, and I'm not good at it. And so that's probably why I don't like it, because I feel like I'm not good at it, even though I'm sure if I practiced, I could get better.
Sure.
But there's some sort of mental block there with social media posts and pictures.
It wasn't something that you had and used and did in high school. It's not like we had smartphones in high school.
Right.
So it didn't become part of oh yeah, I'm just going to document life like this. For me, I feel like I've always had a sense of I want to document, I want to take pictures, I want to take video. And then so this is just a new method for an old habit that I already had and developed. But that was not something that you really did.
Pictures have never been an artistic outlet for me, really.
Sure, right. What would you say, getting off our questions here, but what would you say is your artistic outlet that you gravitate towards? Because you are an artistic, creative person.
I feel like things that are kind of like math and are logical, things that make sense. So I haven't done much knitting, but a little bit of knitting, that makes sense. It's logical. You're following a pattern, or you're repeating the same thing kind of over and over again.
That makes sense. Yep.
And it's it's crafting.
Yep.
But the creative input is very low. So things with a low creative input.
You kind of like meticulous things too.
I do.
I don't know.
Repeating a small task over and over and over again.
Right. You would be just fine working in a factory.
Absolutely.
Putting caps on on toothpaste.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would drive me crazy.
I would like that. Those types of things.
Nice. Especially, I feel like if you've got, I feel like this is the situation that you typically try to set up for yourself, where if you are going to do a task, then you also have some kind of input, like you're listening to a book, or you're watching a show, or then now we're rocking. This is my jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. What shows or books are you listening? So I see you watching shows and listening to books and things. So what are you listening to and watching right now?
Yeah. I've been listening to Anne of Green Gables. I'm on like the 5th book or something of that series.
And
there's a lot of...
For all of our listeners who certainly don't remember the plot of Anne of Green Gables, and me included, what is what is it about?
Yeah.
I've not listened to it. I've seen a play version.
Okay.
Of that, but I don't remember.
Yeah, so the first book is all about Anne, and she comes to this place called Green Gables. That's just the name of the farmhouse. But she's an orphan, and she's like this scrawny little girl with red hair and very outspoken and in her own little dream world. And she, by a mistake, she actually gets sent to Green Gables, and they're going to send her back, and she's very, very sad. But then they decide to keep her and raise her, and it's the best thing ever. So she's overjoyed, and so it's just kind of her. It follows her story, and she has a lot of different mishaps, and she misunderstands things.
What is her age in the first book?
Oh yeah, sorry. She's I believe she's 11 when she comes to Green Gables.
Girl. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And now you're on book 5, and
yeah. So now she's married and she has kids, and it's it just kind of follows her life. It's set in Canada on Prince Edward Island.
Oh. So does she stay on Green Gables farm or whatever?
Yeah, for a little bit, and then
but not
she
in book
goes
5.
to college, and she gets married. And now she's still on Prince Edward Island, but like another part of it, like 50 miles away or something from Avonlea, the town that Green Gables is in.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're listening to Anne of Green Gables. How many books are there?
There's a lot. So I think this might be the last one in the series proper. And actually there was like another book that I think got inserted later, which I listened to chronologically, but I think it was written later anyways. And then I think there's other books where her children are the main characters. Oh. And things like that, so it's still like a part of that world. So we'll see. So it's perhaps I will keep listening.
It's like The Mandalorian to Star Wars.
Yeah, the other books. Yeah,
more stories, same world, different characters. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I've been enjoying it, and shows and things. I like medical dramas.
Right.
Mostly for the drama.
Right, less of the medical, more of the drama.
Well, the medical stuff, that's where like the mystery comes in and the figuring out, and
you like riddles and
riddles
solving stuff,
and solving mysteries. So that kind of each episode provides a little bit of that mystery aspect. But then if you're actually like watching them do the surgery, and they're pretty good, like nothing is gory at all. I still don't watch it though,
those parts,
right? Or just kind of like,
even though that's like the content of the mystery that they're talking about the whole of the time.
Yeah.
But then when they get to the actual doing of it, you're like, no, I don't want to watch
no,
this.
No, thanks. Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm failing as a husband in this way, but I just do not want to watch those shows.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm like, my life is full of stress and drama, and all right, time to relax with a little bit of stress and drama. I'm like, no, this is not what I want. I want to watch something explode, or I just want to like laugh at something, or just for it to be in a fantasy world that it's like, this is totally not real, so I don't got to worry about it. But if it's like, this is something that could really happen, I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
Because then it could really happen,
I'm watching The Manifest right now, which that could be something that you could possibly like. It's also it's definitely a drama, but it's similar to Lost.
Oh, okay.
And the premise of that one is there's a plane that was lost for 5 years. but then it comes back.
But the name Lost was already taken, so they just called it Manifest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The manifest of the plane, which there was also a manifest of the plane in Lost.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
And that caused some problems and some solutions. Anyways, so the people on this plane, they're, coming in for a landing, and the operators are like, what is going on? You guys don't exist. And so basically the people on the plane, they didn't age for 5 years, and everyone else that wasn't on the plane did age for 5 years.
That's a long plane trip.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of just natural drama and things spark from that. But then there's this whole mystery component of figuring out, what happened and why.
Sure.
And now these people have, they have these like special powers almost to see what's gonna, like bad things that are gonna happen, and so they can help people stop bad things from happening, basically. So there's it's cool. I like it.
Cool. I do enjoy shows that have a component of we've got to figure out how to live, or we've got to figure out how to survive.
Mm-hmm.
So Lost was kind of cool in that way. I like seeing shows where we've got to build something or figure out how to.
Was that show we watched a long time ago, like Revolution or something like that? Or
yeah, it was like the whole power grid went out,
right,
and then basically everything reverted back to it was like kind of Revolutionary War,
sort of, yeah,
kind of era. There was a little bit of a flavor of that where the country's broken up into pieces, or Civil War. I don't.
Well, yeah, maybe Civil
War-esque. It was kind of like that. That I liked that show because it was like, how do we figure out how to survive?
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Maybe we're about to live some of that. We got to figure out how to survive.
It seems like technology and power and water and all these things aren't being affected.
At least not yet, but that'll be something that gets affected later on. So we got to figure out how to live, survive. No one's ever going to hear this podcast because the power grid's on.
Well,
okay,
that's okay.
Couple other quick questions, and then we ought to talk about your actual birthday.
Yeah,
because that was something that happened, and that's the timing of this podcast is based on you just turned 31,
right?
So anything that you have to say about your actual birthday, and then I don't know, just your general feelings about being now firmly in your 30s.
Firmly in my 30s.
Well, at least you're not a fresh 30-year-old. I'm 31. I'm in it.
Right. I don't know. It feels good. Feels right to be in my 30s. Kind of weird working with college students because I don't feel like I'm that much older than them. Right. But I am.
We're getting to that point.
Yeah. Especially the older ones. We have a lot of older students in our ministry that are all about to leave us.
Yep.
I feel like I'm definitely closer in age, but the ones just coming in, I'm over 10 years older than them. Right. And there's quite the cultural generational difference.
Yeah, and I think that'll it'll be very firmly cemented in the next year or 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
We'll feel like, because there right now there's a couple of outliers, like a 25, 6, 7-year-old, not quite, but 20, 25, 26, mm-hmm. whatever. There's a couple of those, and then you've got everybody coming in. Just turning 18, or right. There some still 17. But yeah, so now everybody that comes into campus ministry was born firmly after the year 2000.
Yeah.
Which to me, that's like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. But I think it'll only feel more and more like that. Then there's the whole, like, you've got a full-time job, you got a house and 3 kids, and there's that whole life difference too that firmly sets us apart. But I know what you're talking about. Like, I don't feel that much older, but now it's getting to the point where I'm definitely older than these guys.
Right. That's interesting. But I feel like we're just in a cool stage of life right now where our job is amazing. We have a ability to work for a church full time, which is really, really exciting and cool. And we have a house, we have kids. Like, it's a very, very cool stage of life.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love where we're living right now and how we're living, and just it's an exciting time. Anything that you can point to specifically that you're like, I'm excited about this in my 30s?
I haven't really thought about that. I think just continuing to grow as a family and, learn more about each other and how to parent better and, ways to interact and grow with the children and with each other.
Yeah.
That'll probably parenting will define our 30s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Michelle, if anyone has made it this far in the podcast, or if they listen to the beginning and then they do what I do a lot of times and then skip towards the end,
right?
And then maybe somebody just happened to land right on these words as I'm saying them, and they're like, "Oh, now I've got to listen because he's talking to me." You want to share any news?
Yeah. So on my birthday, I found out that we're pregnant with our 4th child.
Yeah.
So, that's exciting. So I started, you asked me how I was doing, and I said I was feeling tired, and now I'm thinking, like, I probably should have said I'm doing good, but I'm actually doing tired. I'm actually feeling a little tired.
I'm actually doing, I feel sick and tired.
So I've been feeling tired. I've been feeling sick. I have great pregnancies. I always love being pregnant, but the first trimester is I feel tired and I feel nauseous and
sure. Yep.
But tomorrow we're gonna be figuring out how far along we are. I have a doctor's appointment, so we don't know yet as of today, as of this recording, but we will know by the time this recording gets posted.
Yeah.
And all of you will know this news already if you are our friends.
Right. This recording will just stay on my desktop until it's time to post it.
Yeah.
We
may announce to family this week.
Well,
we're celebrating Chloe's we're celebrating Chloe's birthday a little early. And I sent myself a package to Chicago, a little onesie that says that she's going to be a big sister.
Perfect.
So,
yep.
She might get that to open on her birthday.
That would be great.
Party.
Do you have any guesses though, based on I don't know, just guesses as to how far along?
Well, based on my beta HCG levels.
Right.
Somewhere between like 5 to 7 or 8 weeks.
Okay.
So one and a half months maybe about.
And we'll find out.
We'll find
greater
out
clarity tomorrow.
We'll find out tomorrow. But I'm feeling, in terms of what I'm liking to eat right now, is more similar to my pregnancies with Chloe and Esther, and some other little symptoms that I feel like I'm leaning more towards this baby's another girl. Oh, girl. But we'll see.
That'd be a lot of girls in one house. But that would be great. We've
Caleb and Daddy can handle it.
We can handle it. Yeah. We're almost getting to the point where another boy would be, at the very least 5 years in difference from Caleb. So, but the girls now, one after another, they're all just going to be
I'll be very close.
Be very close.
Very close.
Sharing each other's clothes, all this stuff.
Yeah.
That will make for an interesting, God help me in my 40s. That's, yikes. All going through like middle school and getting into high school and,
yeah.
oh boy.
It's going to be an adventure, babe.
But it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be great. We're, if you're listening to this, you know our families probably, but I'm the oldest of 4. Michelle's the oldest of 4.
Mm-hmm.
So for us, 4 has always kind of been a hope and a plan, and the timing just worked out to be what it is. So we're excited, and
exciting stuff.
It'll be a lot of fun. Okay, well, I think, babe, that just about wraps it up.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this podcast. That's fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Lutz family birthday podcast.
It's our family podcast. So
yeah, but I'm
going to help make it happen.
You're putting them all together.
I think it'll be fun just to be able to listen back and, a little bit about what we like and who we are, a little bit about what's going on in the world, a little bit about what's going on in our family.
Yeah.
And just to have our family listen back.
The ones with the kids are going to be, the most exciting.
Yeah.
the ones we actually want to listen to.
Those
Michelle's turning 31. This is
awesome.
Hooray.
Right.
I definitely want to hear all about that.
Well, this is for you and me.
Yeah.
To have a little bit of time like this, it's special. And then I think for the kids too, like if I could listen back to, conversations that my parents had.
Sure.
When they were just, entering into their 30s, I feel like there's a little bit of a novelty there where they may appreciate it. And you never know what's going to happen. So it's nice to just have our voice and our demeanor kind of recorded. And anyway, so Caleb and Esther and Chloe, this is for you, and we love you.
We love you guys so much,
and we feel very blessed to be your parents, and we feel just very taken care of by God, and our family is just. There's nothing. There's nothing more I want out of our family. I love our family, so
really awesome.
Well, Michelle, thanks, and thanks to all of you for listening into the Lutz Family Podcast. We'll be back again near the end of March, or maybe sometime mid-April, but we'll put out another episode for Chloe's first birthday.
Oh, sweet little Chloe.
Can babble her one word. Maybe she can get another word by then. But
yeah, we'll see. She says da-da a lot.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And she clicks her tongue.
Yep. And she can stick her tongue out, which wouldn't be able to be recorded.
But it's
audio.
very, very cute.
Very cute.
She's cute.
So cute. And we'll get to talk to her at least a little bit. I think that podcast, that episode will be a little different as we are trying to have a 1-year-old and capture just some noises that Chloe will make. And that'll be a fun time. And until then, we'll talk to you later. We'll see you later. Thanks for listening to the Lutz Family Podcast.
Bye.